Be careful of this Wayfair thing. As much as I want to believe, as much I absolutely want to believe that this is like the smoking gun, that this is going to bring down the whole thing, the linchpin, it feels like a red herring. I'll tell you why. Ghislaine Maxwell is in custody. They have to do everything they can to discredit any of this human trafficking, any of this global pedophile network. Also, the source material comes from Reddit. Ooh, Reddit. That is like the CNN of the internet. That is one thick, commie-infested, endless ocean of bullshit. This Princess Peach, anyone know her? The story apparently is now gone. Convenient. But yet, a simple post on Reddit, and suddenly, Wayfair is trending all over. Unfortunately, people aren't that smart. There is some fabricated bullshit here. Absolutely fucking fabricated. Why? I want to believe that maybe this is what Ghislaine Maxwell gave up. Maybe she's like, hey, I know this giant company. They're trafficking kids. You go to their website, you buy a cabinet named Ashley, and you get Ashley delivered somewhere else. Of course, she's not coming in a box. I hope not. Ugh. But, regardless, it just sounds too easy. I want it to be. I want it to be easy. I want to be wrong. Let me be wrong. Let me be wrong. Let me, who's been talking about this shit since 2008, before it was fucking cool, who got deplatformed way before most of you guys even fucking knew what that term is, who's had his whole life threatened, doxxed, FBI, all before most of you even understood that could happen, because I was talking about this. Well, now everyone's talking about it, which is great, which is the whole point. Get everyone out there talking about it. But there are people talking about this that, honest to God, have never talked about it before. And it's YouTube cool now. It's YouTube fabulous to talk about human trafficking, right? It's the in topic. It's the new Illuminati. It's the new 9/11. And how much bullshit surrounded 9/11? So much so, the fact that it was a fucking inside job, it got so convoluted that I myself wanted to, and everyone else who was legit wanted to walk away from it. This feels like that. This feels like something that they're gonna spread around, get people wild and crazy about, and then just it's a straw man. It's a straw man conspiracy. And unfortunately, it's a good one. And it has that element of absolute, utter horror show evil. And the internet, and those who make up the internet, have bit, and they bit hard. So of course, fucking look into it. Of course, keep digging. Of course, fight, root hog, and die to get to the fucking bottom of this. But this feels like a red herring. This feels like it's going to be played out for a week or two, and then they're just going to drag it out, prove it wrong, make it stupid to believe in it. And all the people that are just jumping on it right now, you're dragging it down to the depths of despair. So be careful with this. Be careful. I don't trust the source. I don't trust where it came from. China owns Reddit. China's dick is balls deep in that little fucking Teletubby's ass. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but China is just pounding that thing and making it scream, and it's giving them twins. That's all it is. So for a story like this to break on Reddit and for it to go fucking viral, my email box probably has 120 messages about Wayfair. Do I think it's real? Have I known about it? What have I heard? Nothing. That doesn't mean that it's not true. I'm not that much of an egomaniac to suggest that just because I haven't heard about it, it's not true. I'm close, but I'm not that much. We're close. But it's just not. It just doesn't feel that way. Be careful. Don't let this be your smoking gun. Because there's smoke, but there's a mirror. I want it to be Ghislaine Maxwell giving information. I want it to be. I want her to be like, hey, like, I'm just going to start releasing, and maybe you won't execute me. Maybe we can find some sort of way that I could, save my own skin. No, I think she's doing that, but I think that the powers that be, the Clintons, the Rothschilds, the real money powers behind this all, are concocting a giant fucking hoax and just rolled it out on the platform that they own. Sorry. Let me be wrong. Let this whole thing come tumbling down. Let this giant fucking beast, this massive fucking dragon that for over a decade longer I've been screaming about, directing forces towards, let it come crumbling down. Let it finally fucking die. All right? And then I can be wrong. And I'll be happy. Oh my God, I'll be happy. You have no idea how happy I'll be. But unfortunately, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I don't think so at all. It just feels like Wayfair got set up. It feels like there was pages, maybe. Go back to the Wayback Machine. Let's see how, let's see what those pages really look like, how long they were really on. And let's see when they were posted. And, is Wayfair complicit in a global child sex trafficking? Yeah, sure. I mean, DynCorp was. You had Donald Rumsfeld up there in front of Congress being like, well, yeah, I'll tell DynCorp to tone it down. He didn't even say it wasn't happening. He was like, yeah, we'll tone it down a little bit. Fuck! Where were you on that? That was over 10 years ago. Wayfair absolutely was like, no, this isn't true. Which, of course, what else are they going to say? I'm just still flabbergasted by Donald Rumsfeld. Jesus Christ. The gall on that guy. But no. So huge companies are behind things, absolutely. But Wayfair? I mean, I don't moralistically think that they're above it. I just don't think their CEOs really thought it through. And I just don't think anyone gave them the money. And then to put stuff so easily, the names of children for appliances, for cabinets, that's too easy. That's too fucking easy. I mean, if we're living in a world now where, God, maybe we are. Maybe this is just, they're like, yeah, sure, we're just, this is Ashley. She's a cabinet. Wink, wink. Buyer, $12,000. I just don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm not buying into it. I want to be wrong. Let me be wrong. But I'm not buying into it. Research the fuck out of it. I'm going to. But, nope. Nope. It's going to come out. It's going to explode. And it's going to bite everyone who, bites down hard. Because Pizzagate was real. That was real. And they did their best to turn it into a giant fucking conspiracy theory, not a conspiracy fact. They made it delusional. They had that guy that showed up who with a gun, and he would, he's an actor and he's actually a family member. And so, they did their best to make that pure fucking loony bin psychopath if you believed it. Okay? This one I think they created. They're like, remember what we tried to do with Pizzagate? Let's create something on the eve of Ghislaine Maxwell's, like, coming clean, her coming to Jesus moment. Let's get these people on a giant red herring, so any truth that comes out from her, the public is going to be like, nah, this whole Wayfair thing was bullshit. Most people don't even get it. They get that Epstein maybe had sex with underage girls. We're like 16, 17. They don't understand. They don't understand global pedophile network. Putting kids in boxes like action figures and sending them to people's houses is just going to be too much. And it is in that regard. And when this backfires and everyone who bought into it is left holding the bag, I mean, yeah, you can go delete your YouTube videos, you can go delete your channel, whatever, disassociate yourself from this fucking shit show completely. That's great, but thanks for all the damage you've done to legit researchers, because you tried to get YouTube famous. Fuck you for that. But the damage really is the credibility of the fact that children are actually being taken, actually being trafficked, actually being kept in cages, fed to wild dogs, fed to wild pigs, fed to fucking anacondas. I've seen it. That was the video that changed my fucking life back in 2003. I'm sorry, 2003. You just can't unsee that shit. You just can't. And so that scarred me for fucking forever. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit invested. So when I see this kind of stupid shit come up, and I see how fast it trends, and believe you me, I know people are well-meaning, but, the memory hole is dark, deep, and slick, right? So, watching that poor Taiwanese girl get fucking dangled in, like, a massive fucking aquarium, and watching her realize that they're, holy fuck, it was like 20 some odd feet long, or longer maybe, and to watch the piss and shit roll down, because she's being hung upside down, to watch us roll down her legs and drip off her face as she passes out, thank God, before this thing, like, reaches up, grabs her, puts her up against the glass tank, and then throws coils around her. As I hear little golf claps. I mean, again, like, it's a video. The worst fucking thing I've seen. So yeah, I don't know her name. I don't know who she was. But holy fuck, my heart's to her. And to see all this Wayfair bullshit that's probably bullshit. I hope there's truth to it, but I think it's a big red herring. You guys got to be careful. Tread lightly. This place is full of landmines, intellectually, spiritually, and unfortunately physically. And be careful what you fuck with, because there's repercussions. So, yeah, eventually, we're going to slit the throats of all these motherfuckers. But we got to be in right action. And running off on a tangent, that's not going to help anybody. I'm going to compose myself. Tread lightly. reach for truth. Because that's the only sword that's really going to cut deep enough to kill this thing. I've been around this for too long. Be careful.